shift focus to continue a conversation we've had for the past 2 weeks that has got a lot of you very excited, and thankful for the education that we're putting out on, concerns around making sure that you're healthy, making sure that you're eating right. And it's a pleasure again to have in studio Mr. William Hansen, who is a naturopathic practitioner. And this time we are having a conversation on eating right. I want to be
benefits of using herbs.
Benefits of using herbs. Benefits of using herbs, right? And wow, let me just first welcome you, studio.
Yeah, thank you very much.
When I saw the herbs, I was confused.
Yeah, why?
I was confused, because when you mention herbs in certain places,
it's trouble.
It's trouble.
It's trouble because there's like misinformation and underinformation. We think, oh, it's something belonging to the village, but a lot of the drugs you see come out of herbs.
The concern is not even that it's village. It is the concern is that it is, how do I be?
Yeah, that it's like it's not scientific.
Yeah,
it's not proven, but it's not true.
The modern slang for what people would ordinarily call marijuana, in normal youth setting, Gen Z language, some will say herbs. So now when you say herbs, their mind go back to, marijuana, or what people also call weed.
Yeah.
Is that really the case?
No, it's not. But even if you take marijuana, you have the female and the male. All right? The female is the one you smoke, you get high. It contains what you call tetrahydrocannabinoid. That's when you get high. The male has cannabinoids. And every human being have receptors in their body for cannabinoids. So the body produces it up to a certain age, then it cuts off. So if you use the oil, it's beneficial. If you go to the US, there are large farms of weed or hemp, you call it, but it's mostly the female, which is more beneficial. It's not just to smoke and get high. It's medicinal.
We'll come to the topic, but just because we started on this tangent, I just want to. I hear a lot of people now, advocacy groups come in, push and say, see, our approach to marijuana over the past 20 years or even more is wrong. Let's begin to look at it as a cash crop and its potential value in supporting the economy, because elsewhere some have argued of its medicinal use, its recreational use, and the likes. As a naturopathic practitioner, what are your professional views on the use of marijuana, considering the fact that it's also like a double-edged sword where several people have used it and there are reports of ensuing problems?
The good side and the bad side, the good plant and the bad plant. The government should regulate, control, so that we make sure we have the good ones, the male ones, instead of the female that you smoke and get high. Then we can benefit, because it's now being used in practically almost everything. And we are sitting back arresting people. You have some pieces of marijuana. Okay, you're smoking it to get high, then we can jail you for that, or we can fine you for that. But let's bring the good ones, let's plant the good ones, and we'll benefit. It's money. It's, billions of dollars right now.
Interesting.
Okay.
Wow.
Before we delve into today's topic, though, let me remind our viewers that you can send in your questions or any thoughts that you have to the WhatsApp number 0204-447-033, 0204-447-033. Mr. Hansen, we're talking about herbs today, and we're focusing on 4 herbs and their benefits to us. Which herb are we starting from?
Just a few.
Okay.
So we're going to read this book.
Herbal therapy and supplements.
Okay. All right. So let's start. Just very easy. Something very simple like cinnamon. So cinnamon, they'll say, oh, this and that But there are so many uses of cinnamon here. Okay, if you the constituents and the actions, the medicinal part of the plant is the bark, and then sometimes they use the leaves or the buds. What does it contain? Volatile oils called aldehydes, and then cinnamaldehyde, which is antibacterial, antifungal. It has anti-ulcer activity. It contains terpenes that are eugenol, beta-philandrin, carvacrol, and others. It's antiseptic. It has antiseptic. It inhibits Candida albicans that they call whites.
Oh.
All right. It has condensed tannins, and then other actions are methylene chloride extracts that inhibits Helicobacter pylori. Helicobacter pylori, you can link it to stomach ulcer. That is actually the main thing that is causing stomach ulcer. Right. So if you are using cinnamon, it will help you. All right. And the traditional uses is antibacterial, antifungal, carminative, anti-hemorrhagic. So it has so many uses. But because we are not told, you know, it's but it has a lot of uses.
How do we make it? Do we make it in the form of a tea, or can we add it?
Actually, yeah, you can make it in the form of a tea most of the time, or you can just soak it and drink the water. You know, but you have to look for sweet cinnamon,
right?
Or the Ceylon cinnamon, because there are cinnamon coming from other countries that if you use for a long time will disturb the liver. So the best cinnamon that you can go for is the Ceylon cinnamon.
Okay.
That is the best.
And is that the one that comes in like a little bark?
It has to. I don't know if Ghana specifies, but in some other countries, they will specify this product is coming from this country. You know, then you know that this is where it's coming from. But you see a lot of products here, you don't even know where they're coming from, and that is dangerous. You get me?
Okay.
So we can even ordinary pepper, we call it cayenne pepper. So it says it's a fruit, the pepper, constituents and action. It contains capsaicin, oleosin, powerful irritant that causes reflex vasodilation. So you can use it to open your arteries.
That's pepper.
Pepper, regular pepper, just this pepper that we don't respect. All right, it contains substance P that controls pain.
Which of them? You know, there are different types.
It's mostly the red peppers.
The red pepper.
You need that heat, that capsaicin. That is what produces the heat. It says capsaicin combined with green tea catechin, all right, EGCG, or what we call epigallocatechin gallate. It has a synergistic effect that is 10 to 100 times more active than the pepper alone. You can use it against cancer cells, all right, and so many other uses for it. This is just ordinary pepper. It contains vitamin C, E, A, B12, and B3. It contains flavonoids. This is just the regular pepper we use. But you see some people, I don't like pepper, you know, but it has so many uses in the body.
Does it have to be a lot, or
that is no, it depends on the individual.
Okay.
And then it depends too if you are using it for a purpose. Let's say you have blood pressure and things like that. More pepper keeps the blood volatile, moving. You know, it doesn't clot. Very, very smooth. And then it helps to clean the arteries too. Yeah.
Okay.
Wow. A couple of messages are coming in. Hello, good morning. My name is Amma Uso. I'm watching from Medina. What kind of herbs can be used to fight malaria?
Oh, malaria, you can use green tea, pawpaw leaves. The pawpaw seeds, you can dry them and mash them up and make tea with it. And then what they call neem tree. You can use the bark, you can use the leaf for malaria. And if you use it, don't wait till you get a malaria to use it. You know, use it let's say every week you make a tea and drink, and it will help you. We have things like black walnut. I don't know if you have it here, if it's here. That, and then artemisia. They help to kill all those malaria stuff.
This message from Kwame Mensah says, I'm watching from Kumasi. Can you discuss the advantages of using herbal remedies for diabetes management?
There are advantages using herbs, but diabetes go to the food. That is where you start. What is causing it? A lot of times when we're talking of remedies, we're talking of the symptoms or things that will suppress the symptoms. But what is causing the problem? You are eating too much starch, especially refined starch. That is what is causing the problem. So go and start from there instead of looking for something to control this or control that. So why don't you just sometimes learn? Sometimes you tell people this is the cause of the problem and they don't believe it. How can food be that bad? But food can kill you as much as food can heal you. You just have to know what you are eating.
Wow. Natasha in Takrade says, how effective are herbs in treating respiratory diseases like asthma?
Okay. The guy who asked about the diabetes. There are different herbs like bitter melon, that I think is in Ghana here, Genema sylvestre. All those herbs will help with diabetes. And then the bitter leaves will also help with diabetes. But instead of that,
check the food.
Check the food first.
Let me ask you this before you go. You know, in the COVID period, another thing we witnessed was the inhalation of steam. For some reason, we were made to believe that it was an effective way of, managing the virus. And I've forgotten the plant, the neem tree.
Okay.
And people were asked to even drink it at a point. Right now you are being told another virus from China, has set seal.
HPMV.
Yeah, we are praying that it is not as devastating as COVID was. But just so we know, the whole neem tree era, quote unquote, what was happening, and was it even true that it cured some of the things were made to believe?
The COVID was going through the nasal passages. So any form of heat, would dislodge it.
Okay.
Before it gets to the lungs.
Right.
But I told my classmates, you get lemon, the whole lemon, ginger, huentia, pepper, esrosa, efomusa, and then you boil it. When it's cooling down, you inhale it. When it cools down, you drink it. And it knocks a lot of things out that are respiratory.
So it was true the neem tree had healing properties?
I don't know, but I know it's good for malaria, but when it comes to things of the lungs, I don't know how it works there. That I don't know.
Yeah. Amazing. Wow. So maybe just finally on the diabetes management, or you wanted to come
the
in
lady
something?
asked something about
respiratory disease.
But I don't know if you are down with using herbal remedies for diabetes management.
There are so many herbs. It depends on the country that you go.
Are there herbs that are sweet?
Yeah, there are.
That's
Yeah, there are some herbs that they are not bitter here and there. You can have those herbs too, but the main thing is go to the food, and that will help you. If you want to use herbs, cinnamon you can use for diabetes. All right, cinnamon has what you call chromium, or the chromium tolerance factor. If you take a regular corn, it has the chromium, but when they process it, the heat destroys most of the chromium. So when you are eating the banku and all those things now, the chromium that is supposed to move the sugar from the blood to the cell is not there, or it's not enough. So it's good for you to use cinnamon.
Okay.
There are herbs like I said, Genema sylvestre, which is coming out of India. You have bitter melon, which I think is planted in Ghana here, and those will help with the blood sugar.
We have many questions, but just finally still on the herbal remedies for diabetes. I'm assuming the person wants, something that is relatively easy on the tongue that can still help you. And I want to just find out from you. Back in school, we're told sugarcane was not a fruit and it's not a vegetable. It was actually grass. I struggle to believe. They said it is just like bamboo, right? But edible. Will you say it could be a herbal, if it's grass, if it's indeed grass, as you are made to believe? Will you say it's a herbal or a healthier, sugar option?
Sugarcane, it might be okay because if it's not processed.
Yeah, I mean raw in its state.
Raw
like
is okay, but everybody have their limit. You can take so much, but you have to worry about fructose, which is a problem. If you take too much, there's a problem. But if you watch all the fruits and all these things that have fructose, there is fiber. Look at sugarcane. Look at the fiber in it, so thick. All right. When you process it and you take the sugar out and you leave the fiber, that is when the problem starts.
Wow. So is sugarcane is herbs?
I wouldn't know how to classify it.
Because you are told it's not a fruit and it's not a vegetable, right? And it's actually grass.
It's not grass. I don't think it's grass because you don't find grasses with fructose.
Interesting. Wow. Thank you for that point of education and
I think you wanted to answer Natasha's question on the respiratory diseases. What herbs?
Like asthma.
Asthma. What is causing it? Maybe you had it when you were young, or later on, pollution can lead to asthma. There are a few herbs that you use, even peppermint, spearmint. You can do the tea and drink, and you can inhale too. All right. There are two other herbs that are not coming to my mind now that you can use.
Right.
But you see, like country to country, they all have their specialties. Over here, we are not doing enough to document how these things work.
Yeah.
We are not. Yeah, we are not.
I remember a time one of my mom and my auntie, they used to say their grandmother gave them something because they were young, they had asthma, and after they took it, it just vanished. So they don't have it. They coughed up all the phlegm, and then since then, they've never experienced.
There's a plant. Yeah, there's a plant called lobelia that you can use. You make a tea with it, and you drink, and you start coughing up the phlegms. Normally, I tell people start with a teaspoon. If you cough too much, reduce it. Because if you cough too much, it might choke you.
Yeah.
So you start slowly, and it bursts out, and it's going to get the phlegms out. And mostly people who did it after that, there was no more asthma. And then you can substitute with the spearmint or peppermint. It will help. Yeah.
Right. There's another question here for you. Watching from Tamale, my name is Charles Bauer. Kindly ask the naturopathic what herbs can help boost the immune system.
Plenty. Plenty herbs. Don't look for the herbs. Look how you eat.
Okay.
And almost any herb that you come across can help to boost the immune system.
Okay.
But how you are eating too. If you are eating so much sugar, that is the first thing that will bring down your immune system. Too much refined, processed food will bring down the immune system. So automatically, if you are eating more natural foods, more plant-based foods, that brings up your immune system.
Okay.
We talk of the positive things, but we don't consider the little things we are doing on the background that is really disturbing what we are supposed to gain.
Wow. Talking about boosting your immune system, what foods can boost your sperm count and your sexual drive? I mean, herbs.
Sexual drive, that is hormonal. And there are certain things that I don't like to say.
To be fair, I'm asking for a friend. You know, someone asked me to ask you.
If
But
some of the things,
yeah.
if they ask personally, I can tell them. You know,
if they
but-
ask personally, can't tell them.
Yeah, I can tell them.
Then you will spite because people are
After the show.
But see,
after the show.
sex drive is an individual thing. You see them making all these bitter sentences.
Yes, yes, yes,
and,
yes.
you know.
Yeah.
So someone was saying Ghana is a bitter country. God, everything bitter, is everything bitter.
They have some of the craziest ads you see on TV.
Yeah.
Wow. But how about, you know, so okay, sexual drive aside, but, you know, sperm count, you know, and
Sperm
quality
count,
of
you
sperms.
have to, your vitamins, the vitamins you are taking. There are so many of them. CoQ10, which is coenzyme Q10, that is like energy for every single cell in the body. So if you have low CoQ10, your sperm is not going to be strong enough to travel. You need all the vitamins, B12, all the vitamins, especially the B complex. That will also help you. Vitamin C will help. So get the food. You know, eat
What
the right
foods
food.
would they be in?
The plant foods mostly.
foods.
Yeah. But if you are eating the good plant foods and then you are at the same time loading up with processed food, processed foods are devoid of good nutrition.
Right.
So how do you expect to have a good sperm count when all the time you are just eating things that have been processed, things that are in boxes and in cans? There's no, there isn't much vitality there. The vitality is in your natural raw foods.
So your vitamins, vitamin D, B, C.
All of them.
All of them.
While we're on the subject of sperms, what about eggs for women?
The lady,
Is there
it's
something
more
like
practically
you
the same thing.
Okay.
It's
More
good
vitamin.
food. A lot of times they talk like PCOS, polycystic ovarian syndrome. The women are not forming the right eggs. It goes back to sugar.
Sugar.
Yep. Because I've done it for a few ladies. They came, they say, oh, PCOS. That's okay. I asked them, what do you eat? That's the first thing I asked. They were eating pizza, fried rice,
Calamari,
French fries,
prawns,
all those things.
lobsters.
Lobsters is not too bad.
Really?
The only problem is if you eat too much lobsters, you have a problem with cholesterol.
Right.
Okay.
The
Or,
cholesterol
okay, what you call the bottom feeders.
Yeah.
All those things at the bottom, they eat mostly the crab at the bottom. So if you eat so much, your cholesterol will
So
go high.
seafood is generally okay.
It's okay.
Wow.
Seafood is okay. All right, so I was telling the lady, what do you eat? And she told me, she gave me a list of the things. So I said, you don't eat any green plants, no salads, you are not taking any vitamins, and you are, she was 38 years old. All right, so I told her, start going down on all those processed food and start blending vegetables. There are so many vegetables that you can blend. If you get even 2 or 3 and you add a little apple or carrot, a little ginger, you know, blend it and drink. And it took about 7 months. You know, and she got pregnant. When she got pregnant, she refused to tell me. I think she didn't believe that it was going to work.
Yeah.
You know, but it was the food. Too much sugar in the system. Sugar destroys a lot of things in the body. Yep. We need it for energy, but we overdo it. We overdo it, especially if it's refined. It's trouble.
Everything in moderation.
Yeah.
Good morning, Sunday Breakfast team. What herb can be used to shrink or eradicate fibroids? That's Nanama from Dansaman.
Fibroids, that's a hormonal problem. The hormones are out of control. Estrogen, progesterone, there has to be an equilibrium. But if you watch, like I said, the plastic water is a problem because inside the plastic you have what you call phthalates and bisphenol A. they are what you call xenoestrogens. Xenoestrogens meaning that they mimic estrogen. So when they get into the body is not able to distinguish if it's the natural estrogen or it's the fake one. The body responds to it. So you see young girls get breasts quick and all those things. You know, sperm counts drop. It's because of those things. So one, they have to watch the water they are drinking. They can filter it. It will get most of the thing out, but not everything. And then you have to, fish is okay, but if you watch those things that are being raised, I'm not calling the name, but these are being raised in factories and stuff. They want them to be big. So they feed them growth factors and other things. So all those things, when you are taking in and there's something growing in your body, it will help them to grow. So if you start to go green, taking more greens, it will start cleaning your blood. The fibroid normally creates its own blood supply. So when you start going green, and that starts reducing the estrogen, excess estrogen that you are taking from meat and all those things, when it starts going down, the fibroids will start shrinking. But it's a process.
Okay.
You have to do it slowly. Yeah.
Okay. Is there a natural cure for high blood pressure? Because my doctor put me on BP drugs and told me that I have to be on the drugs till I die.
Forever, yeah.
How true is this?
Yeah.
Frank
No, it's
sent us in.
BP, you don't have to take the drugs forever. What are you eating?
So everything begins from what you're eating.
It's the food, though.
What you put inside.
The food. You are eating so much, all this pizza and all these things, refined carbohydrates. What is the nutritional value of flour that is being used? It's practically zero. But you are loading your body with this all the time. When you take in all these refined carbohydrates especially, they are for energy, but you are not active enough. If you are not active enough, anytime you take in this mostly carbs, insulin goes up. And what does insulin do? It tells the body to store these things as fat. So when you start storing these fats, it starts to clog your arteries, slowly but surely. And then what happens? Let's say the artery is like this, and then it starts getting clogged. So the space gets limited. So the blood has less space to go through. Then your heart has to pump more. That is how the pressure starts going up. So stay away from all the junk food. Start going natural. And I mean, if I talk to her, I can guide her, and within a few months, her own doctor will start taking her off those drugs.
Wow.
Yeah, I've done it for so many people.
Nice. Hello, good morning. My name is Francis, and I'm watching from Obuasi. What herbs can be used to improve eye health and reduce the risk of age-related
Macular degeneration.
Yeah.
Yeah. Macula is at the back of the eye. All right, that is where the things go, and then it will reflect for you to see. The oils, number one. The trans fats, all right? Those oils, I don't want to mention the names, but like I said, how much oil can you get from vegetable? All right, there's another oil I don't want to mention the name. It's factory made. There's nothing natural in it. So when you start you are taking in these things, the capillaries that feed the eye are tiny, like a hair strand. And the blood is supposed to go through. So when you are clogging it up with all this bad food, eventually if the blood is not going there, oxygen is not going there, then the eyesight will start having problems. So a lot of exercise, the eye exercise that you can do, but you have to change. The first thing is the diet. Purple things, yellow things, or yellow fruits, purple fruits like grapes, red fruits, feed the eye. So you start going mostly on those foods, start taking out the processed stuff. too much processed stuff doesn't have life. You understand me?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the natural, but we don't like the natural. I went to a party, and the first thing that was gone was the alcohol. The second was the chicken and the meat. After the party, there was a big bowl standing there, full of salad. Nobody touched it. Nobody touched the salad.
Right.
So the fried chicken and fish,
Yeah.
all of that was gone.
Yeah, it's all dead. But look, even when you fry, the bad part is that they fry. When you fry, the first time you fry the oil, it gets oxidized.
Right.
You are supposed to throw it away. They will not throw it away. They will use it to fry again. They will use it over and over.
My shock the first time going to, a roadside food vendor, and I realized that he had a new, delicacy on the menu.
Okay.
And it was fried boiled eggs. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's boiled eggs.
And then they fry
Then
it.
they fry it. And I'm like, what's happening here? But apparently it
tastes good.
It's a go-to, it's
Yeah,
a
it tastes
go-to.
good.
When they buy the wache and the rice and they put 2 on it, they're fine.
It tastes good, but you see, the egg is pure protein. When you fry it, it turns brownish. That is glycation. It's practically waste material. It tastes good, but it's waste.
So after boiling it and frying
okay.
it, when the
Boiling
boiling
is
is
okay.
fine. But when you fry it,
You destroy practically everything. It's a waste material.
Mr. Hansen, boiled egg, fried egg.
I'll go for the boiled egg. You want to fry the egg, watch the oil that you are going to use, and then the fire has to be so low, and you have to scramble it.
Okay.
Don't leave it for it to turn brown and then you turn the other side.
That's our favorite.
That is our favorite, I know. But that is purely waste material, because once it turns brown, it means it has glycated. It's a waste material. And when you are eating those glycated items, you produce what we call reactive oxygen species. All right, then your cells start losing balance because you are taking all those things. There are a few things that we have to talk about: glycation, oxidative stress, cell stabilization, autophagy, methylation. Those are a few things, and even uric acid. Most of the time, they don't check you for uric acid. The time they check you for uric acid is when you have gout.
okay. Wow.
So, Ghanaians, we fry like 2 or 3 eggs. Then
Some of
we
them
add the
four,
bread,
four.
like 4
Yeah.
with sardine and things. Then we add the
Okay.
bread and then we put a bit of
Yeah,
oil
yeah.
back and put the bread inside and press it.
Yeah.
Chibum.
Yeah,
I'm assuming it's not healthy.
it's not. It's not.
Wow.
You eat them here and there, it's okay.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
your body will be able to clean out.
Once a while.
So how many eggs should we eat then?
It's up to you.
Okay.
I know a doctor who ate 7 eggs a day for a whole year, and his cholesterol was okay.
Okay.
But
But it depends on how you eat it.
Or what
he
you do after.
was boiling it.
Right.
No, that's a lot. 7 eggs a day is
No, it's
No, 'cause
every
pepper.
individual. Individual, but we talk about biochemical
Kusiani
individuality.
meko is healthy.
It's okay. Yesterday I went to a funeral at Tema, and they gave me a boiled egg
And
with some pepper and onions in it. It's cool.
Right.
It's okay.
Nanato for.
And sometimes they will separate the yellow part,
from
the yolk from the white.
Yeah.
I mean, what are you doing?
They said the yolk has cholesterol.
Inside the yolk, there's cholesterol, there's choline, there's B12, and all those things. And then there's lecithin, which breaks down fat.
Okay.
How about Willie?
Willie, I don't know what to
Is
say
it-
about Willie.
That's even more expensive than the egg, and it's more
I don't know what to
expensive
say about Willie. I don't know the benefit of Willie. I really don't know.
Yeah, eating finished products,
Exactly.
raw materials.
For shoes.
The skin might have some, but if you have seen, the other day I went to long time ago. I went to the Colina,
Yeah.
and they had inside the mud. They had buried the willy. They had buried the willy, and you see all these green things on it. But sometimes those are good ones. You can't know. But they scrape them off. But that is what makes the willy soft. That is what is going to make the willy soft.
Not really. You have to chew it like 2 days, so before.
Wow.
There are more messages. Let's see if you can just help our viewers. This one says, okay, they want your number. Keep watching the show. We'll share with you how and where you can reach Mr. Hansen. Good morning. What's the natural remedy that can be used to control high cholesterol? Is egg good for a cholesterol patient? I think you mentioned it.
Egg is okay. Egg is okay. They'll tell you don't eat eggs. But cholesterol is coming from, we have type or pattern A and pattern B. The pattern A is okay. Those cholesterols, those cells are big enough. They will not enter, they will not go under the endothelium. But it's the small ones that are the problem. And the small ones are mostly coming from refined sugars.
Isimidu Abdul Jalil from Jema, Kintampo South. Sometimes you are told a lot of herbs damages our livers and kidneys. What can you say about that, Mr. Hansen?
A lot of herbs. What type of herbs?
True.
All right. You have to know the herbs you are taking too. And try not to overdo it, especially if you don't have much information. Do some research. If you don't have that much information, then go slow.
Emmanuel, listening and watching from Begro, very informative discussion. I love this. Mr. William Hansen is amazing. We absolutely agree. He says that this year I've resolved to eat healthy. I'm glad I'm learning all this. Please, what foods are there to totally avoid when you have diabetes? And is bread safe? You know, when you talked about pizza, you mentioned the flour.
The flour, the thing has been processed though. The wheat has been processed. And to some extent they've bleached it. That is why it's white. So the nutrition in it is minimal. All right. The bread too, whether white or brown bread, will turn into sugar at the cellular level. The only difference is that the white bread will turn into sugar faster than the white one. So you have diabetes, do your best. Stay away from refined carbohydrates.
Okay.
Yam, cocoyam, plantain, cassava, if you cook them, they come with a fiber. So the body has to break them down methodically before it will turn into sugar. But if you eat something with flour, there's no fiber. It's been processed. So in about 2 hours, it's sugar, straight up. And it's so your blood sugar is going to shoot high. But if you eat vegetables or those carbohydrates, don't eat too much. It has fiber. Your sugar will go up, but not that much. But you can eat in a way that your sugar will not go up at all. And you will not need drugs, or even if you are using drugs, it's going to be minimal. If you eat beans, you make a bean stew, you have a salad, you have an egg, your sugar will not go up.
Please, which herb is good for treatment of hypertension? Francis from Hohoy.
I think he's mentioned.
There are so many herbs, all right? Pepper is one. Pepper will help to clean your arteries. The endothelium, that is where the blood is flowing through the lumen. But why is it having problems? So you have to clean it up. Anytime you add sugar to the blood thickens. So why are you putting so much sugar in your system for your blood to thicken, and then you have the pressure? So change your food. Change your food. Just watch what you are eating.
There's one here asking about what herbs can be used for back pains.
Back pain, what is happening there? But most of the time, pain, you have inflammation. So you have to, one, eat in a way that will control the inflammation. Things that will not make the body react. And then you can massage with castor oil. Castor oil, as thick as it is the only oil that penetrates the body than any other oil. It reduces pain. You take turmeric, or they call it curry or something like that. Even I have some information on it here. It helps to reduce pain. You take omega-3 fish oil, combine it with the turmeric, it will help to reduce pain. If you are eating sugar, the pain will go up. Eat more pepper, it will control pain.
All right, some more messages are coming. I hope we can offer some help to our listeners who are watching us right now. Bright from Ashaman, I experience severe reactions whenever I'm exposed to dust, strong perfumes, or alcohol. During this time, I struggle to breathe and often need to rush to the hospital for relief. Despite undergoing laboratory tests at multiple hospitals to check for asthma, the results have been negative. I'm still unsure what's causing these reactions and would appreciate any insights or advice. Wow, I'm not sure about the use of herbs for some of them.
He can take up vitamin C, vitamin D, quercetin. Quercetin you get mostly from onions and the skin of the apple. And once you start boosting the immune system, it will start to help. It's the immune system that is controlling everything. If you breathe something in, the immune system is reacting to what he's breathing in. So you have to stabilize the immune system. You have to get your good vitamins in, change your diet, take in more fresh foods instead of the cooked things. The sugar, he has to go low on his sugar too.
Good morning to you. Abdul Khalik is my name. I'm watching from Tamale. Khalik, shout out to all the people, in Tamale. Please, I humbly wish to know what herbs can be best in treating PAWS.
What?
PAWS, cocoa, I believe.
Okay, you want to treat it, but what is causing it? You are constipating. You don't have enough fiber in your food. You are not drinking enough water. All right, you don't have enough vitamin C because vitamin C is one of the things, collagen, to strengthen the arteries. So if you are not eating the right food, you are eating mostly processed food, your arteries will be weak. So change your food, do some exercise, eat more foods with fiber, drink more water, and then that will cut out the constipation, and that will make things flow.
I have like 3 very interesting questions here.
Is it Francis?
Yeah, Suguru. Oh, you have it?
Please
Read
go
it. He's watching from Bumprugu. What herb can be used to solve the problem of ladies who don't get wet during sex?
That one I don't know.
Oh God! I was trying to get your response on that.
That one there, I won't go there.
No, Francis. Anyway.
I've heard that there's something called Gorontula, and it's a fruit.
Yeah.
And people have been suggesting or advertising that ladies, when you drink it, it helps in that department. I don't know if you've heard about it or if you...
I haven't, but it's a hormonal issue.
Right.
So you have to just go there
Okay.
and balance your hormones.
Okay.
All right?
All right.
Eat right.
Eat right. Okay. Bright from Ashaman says, I experience severe reactions whenever I'm exposed to dust, strong perfumes, or alcohol.
Yeah, he has that question.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think we've answered that.
All right. Sometimes we're told that a lot of herbs damages our liver and kidney. What can you say about that?
Yeah, so you have to know the herbs you are taking. You know, where the source. That's why a lot of times you have the FDA coming in, you know, to certify that it's produced properly. And then don't overdo it. You have to understand what you are taking in. Because normally it's the person who is selling you the herb who's going to tell you the herb is working. If there's something negative, they might not tell you. So you have to go and study the herbs too. Don't just buy it and use it. Because I have a schoolmate who bought some herbs on state transport and he ended up in India for a kidney transplant.
Wow.
Yeah. You know, so you can use it, but you have to know.
Right.
All right. I lived in Sierra Leone for a while, and there was a Ghanaian guy selling a blue pill at the time. If you go to the lorry station, and the people buy it. They said it's good. It makes their stomach run and things like that. So they keep buying it. So one day I went to his house on a Saturday morning. The medicine he was selling was cassava powder mixed with blue. You know the blue that they wash clothes with? White shirts and things, they use something blue.
No, it's called blue actually.
Yeah, it's called blue.
It's called blue.
So he was mixing the blue with the cassava powder.
What?
Oh.
Yeah. And it's not I'm not surprised because the blue will irritate your intestines, your bowels.
So to make the cassava white.
Blue.
No, regular cassava.
Yeah, but why were they using the blue for the cassava?
To fool the people. So the people think it's some medicine, Papa, that he was making. But it was just cassava and blue that he was selling.
That's criminal.
It is criminal. You know, so you have to know what you are taking in. You have to have an idea what you are buying. If they want to be honest, they have to give you some evidence, some witnesses, and things like that. You know, don't just buy. Just.
What's your opinion around people who sit in public transport and sell medicines that cure every single disease on planet Earth?
It do not. Yeah, most of them are lies. You know, so it's unfortunate that it makes others look bad. There will be people who are selling good stuff that works. And one problem that we had is our grandparents had this information, but they didn't document it well.
Yeah.
It was mostly oral, you know, and they wouldn't tell you that these are the side effects, this is the dosage and things like that. So we haven't done well. We haven't really done well, no.
Just answer, the messages are coming very thick and fast. I want to give an opportunity for everyone who have doubts and have questions so they can send.
But when they take the number, they can call me. I still ask.
So towards the end, I want them to watch you first before they call.
Yeah.
But if they call, they have to, we won't do free consultation like that. So this is where the only time they get free consultation. So they should keep watching Channel One TV. So all we'll do is that we'll take a quick break. Get in a lot of the messages, come back, then we continue, helping them with some useful responses. So you are watching Sunday Breakfast right here on Channel One TV. My guest in studio, William Hansen, helping Eno and myself, and you, a lovely viewer out there, helping us through a conversation around herbs, the use of it, what to do, what not to do, how to eat them, and also the diseases some of these herbs can cure. Thank you so much for keeping your dial right here. We'll take a quick break. When we are back, we have more. Don't go away.
We still have Mr. William Hansen here, and we're still talking about how herbs, or using herbs to cure certain diseases, and your questions are coming in thick and fast. If you haven't sent in your question yet, the WhatsApp number is 0204-447-033, 0204-447-033. Alternatively, you can go on social media and send us those messages, and we will definitely read them. Send them with the hashtag Sunday Breakfast, or on my handle, Inu_S, or in Jude's at Mensant Duncan, and we will answer those questions for you. Mr. Hansen, there's a question here about ulcer and how it can be cured with a herb, if it's possible at all.
Ulcer, we have a lot of, you see people selling, and then you see these flies, all right, jumping from food to food. The flies carry something called Helicobacter. The Helicobacter sits in the stomach. The stomach acid is supposed to kill it, but it bores a hole and goes under the lining and hides there. And then it will come back later on. But just get cabbage. It's going to be very bitter. Blend it and drink.
So just cabbage?
Just cabbage. Plain cabbage.
Okay.
Green or the purple, is it the
green
purple
or purple, yeah.
Either one. Blend it, drink it. Do it for about 2 weeks and let them call you.
On an empty stomach?
On an empty stomach. And wait for about an hour before you eat or drink something. So you give it time to work. And then let them call you and tell you what happened.
Wow.
Yeah, that's all.
That's interesting.
Very simple.
Because I have a friend who's been battling also for God knows how long. So he's staying away from
so many
things.
Yeah.
So just cabbage.
Do the cabbage.
But isn't it sour?
It is, but
that's the whole point.
you have a choice to make.
Yeah.
You know, later on they use things that will help to create a mucin layer. But first start with the cabbage.
Okay. I understand Pepto-Bismol, and I shouldn't have mentioned the brand, is made from cabbage.
It's what?
It's made from cabbage?
I don't know.
The core
but
of cabbage.
It is an antacid.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
Those antacids, so I don't want to mention names, but they are what you call proton pump inhibitors. They reduce your stomach acid. But that can be very dangerous because you need acid, the stomach acid. The food coming in can be contaminated. So you need strong stomach acid to sanitize the food first. And then the same acid will start to help to break down the food. So when the acid is very low, or you are taking those proton pump inhibitors to lower the acid, you are not going to get good digestion. The food is going to sit there longer. The food is going to rot. It's going to ferment. And you get complications down the line. Yeah. So instead of taking the antacids, it means you are eating too much cooked food. Start adding some raw food. The raw food when you cook the food, you've killed the enzymes. It's the enzymes that is going to help with the digestion. All right, we have plant enzymes. Then we have our own human enzymes, digestive enzymes. Then we have systemic enzymes. But if you cook so much, fry so much, you kill the enzymes. Now the food enters, it has nothing. Now you have to come up with enzymes to break them down. And that is stress on your body. So slowly bring in the raw foods.
Okay.
Yeah.
Benjamin from Asante Mampong wants to know what we can eat to protect our liver.
The liver is the main organ that does everything in the body. All right? Once in a while, it's good to do some fasting. All right? Because it's like some of the water coming in, the body is not 100%. Some of the oils coming, some of the meats coming, all those things coming in. It's the liver that is going to process everything.
Right.
The liver runs about 500 reactions at a time. It's the master gland. Everything you eat goes through there, breathe and drink. So it's good after a while, a couple of days in a month, do some fasting. That will give the liver a break. You know, you can even just do drinking water, squeeze some lemon in water to help alkalize the body.
What should be the duration of a fast like that?
It depends. It depends on the person. If you fast, you can fast just by drinking water. You can do dry fast, but listen to your body. You start, let's say 12 o'clock, then you eat something. Then you go to 2, you go to 3. So step by step, you will see your body's strength, or you will now condition your body into longer fasts. You know, you can do it with just drinking water. Some people will do it just with fruits, eating fruits. So step by step, you'll know what to do.
Aside the reasons, the spiritual reasons why people fast, it also has benefits for the human body.
Physically.
Wow. So,
plenty benefits.
It's not be like you're weakening your system, because I hear people say they fast and now they feel a little dizzy when they've not eaten and all of that. It actually helps the body.
If you fast and you are feeling dizzy, then your sugar has run low.
Okay.
So right there, it should tell you that your sugar system or your sugar mechanisms is not under control. So at least the body has given you a sign. So now you have to think about, or talk to somebody who can help you correct it. Yeah, so fasting will help your liver. Water, good water will help your liver. Exercise will help your liver. And then things like dandelion, milk thistle, aloe vera. There are so many herbs that you can use to strengthen the liver. But the liver is critical. And one thing about the liver, if you cut half of the liver off, it will grow back. It is so vital in the body. If you cut part of it off, it will grow back to the full size.
I did not know that.
All right.
I've seen people, or I've watched shows where they've done surgery on people and they've had to cut a part of the liver off
okay.
because it was. But I never knew that it grew back.
It will grow back again. It's one of the few things in the body that still maintains that. There are other,
regenerate.
Yeah, it will regenerate. Yep.
Wow.
Interesting.
Joe from Techiman, good morning and thank you for this informative session. Well, Joe, you're welcome. I'm a 28-year-old young man and I recently went for a checkup and discovered my BP is slightly above normal. How can I control the situation so it doesn't escalate? I've recently started gaining weight and I live quite a sedentary lifestyle too. I'm also genotype AC, and what foods would be appropriate for me? Can I take folic acid as a supplement? A lot of questions, but I'm just putting a nutshell for us.
Yeah, folic acid, folate, B vitamins, vitamin C will help him. He's sedentary. He knows he's sedentary, so he has to start exercising. Start walking, brisk walking. Swing your arms so that you sweat. You start to build up some sweat. That will help. And like I'm saying, your muscles use most of the glucose. So as you exercise, you build a muscle, you burn more glucose too.
Wow. So that's with the liver. Let's talk about ulcers. Our viewer wants to find out what foods or herbs can protect us from ulcer or manage the effect of it.
Cabbage.
Start with the cabbage. And let them call her and tell her. Let them run the cabbage, raw cabbage. All right? You have ulcer. You want to put things in the stomach that will not last long. So don't go and eat fried food. Don't go and eat meat, for that short time. You want things that will just come in and leave the body. So go for fruits and vegetables. They will not; those things will not last long. They'll get processed, because if you eat fried meat, it will take about 6 hours to get processed. If you eat salad, 1 or 2 hours is processed. So you want the stomach to rest and heal. So don't give the stomach so much heavy food, so much fried food or adulterated food. You get me? So just sadly, more raw foods, more water, and then just do the cabbage in the morning.
63-year-old Catherine from Dodowa sends a message, says, good morning team and thank you for the enlightenment. She wants to find out about using herbs to manage arthritis.
Arthritis, what type of arthritis? You get me? You have the rheumatoid where you see the joints swollen like that, and then you have the other type that is just wear and tear. The cartilage is worn, so bone is touching bone. And then you have inflammation, and then all that pain. The first factor is the person's weight. Because the body can carry only about so much weight. So when you put on so much weight, one thing that you have to factor in, let's say you are standing, your weight is 200 pounds. When you lift your leg, that whole 200 pounds go on one leg, on one knee. If you are standing, it's 100. But once you are taking step, you stand, it's 100, 200, 200.
Right.
So what is between there is cartilage. It's like this. It wears. You have the synovial fluid, cartilage, and all those things coming in to help. But you might be too heavy. You have to eat to nourish the body. If you are eating all those processed foods, the body does not really derive the raw materials to reconstruct. You have to eat the live foods, the fresh foods. Then the body can extract what it needs to make repairs for you. You know, so arthritis, she has to massage castor oil. That's the first thing she has to do. She has to take that turmeric, fish oil. The body uses oil to manage pains. You know, so she has to start. She can get the oils in the pharmacy, and then she has to start taking the fish oil, or cod liver oil. The only cod liver oil has an advantage because it has a little bit more vitamin D. The regular fish oil doesn't have vitamin D, but you can take the vitamin D yourself. You know, so she has to start on that angle. First, she has to watch her weight. She has to massage, and then she has to start taking the turmeric, the cod liver oil. That will help the body to control pain.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's one here. My name is Seth from Accra. Is there any herb that can cure hernia without surgery?
I don't know. That I don't know.
Okay.
You know, sometimes I appreciate the
Yeah, the
forthrightness and
honesty.
the honesty. You know, it's
No,
not like
you don't want to waste people's time. you get me?
someone who sit in a church row and one Charlie.
And they tell you this is
just everything.
No.
Like, what if you find out like the background and they get offensive and they get
Exactly. No, you
defensive
have to
and-
be straightforward with the people.
Yeah. Talk to us about
I can do some more research for him.
and
You
get
know,
back.
I have some ideas, but I can talk to him and tell him some more.
All
Yeah.
right, cool. So towards the end, tell us where we can reach you.
Yeah.
Sinuses, infection. You know,
Sinus infection, what is causing the problem?
maybe dust irritation.
Dust can cause it, allergies and things like that. But a lot of times, if you are eating the wrong foods, your body produces phlegm. So it's not your body reacting to something from outside, it's the food that you are eating that is causing a lot of the phlegm. So right there, you have to do a detox. You have to change the food. If somebody will eat like fried food and they will start blowing their nose. So then why are you eating keep eating the fried food? So we have to help ourselves. The taste buds, we have taste buds. We like certain things, the way certain things taste, but you can train the taste buds to change. The taste buds can be changed. There's no doubt that says that if you are eating kenke, you eat kenke forever. If you go to America and you don't find kenke, what are you going to eat? You understand me?
Yeah.
So you can change
So
the
taste is acquired.
buds. Taste is acquired, yeah.
You can.
Exactly, you can change, you can adjust it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Amazing. I mean, I've had so much education today. You know,
That's
so
cool.
much education.
Someone wants
That
to
is
ask
cool.
whether there's a herb that can cure halitosis. Just before we go, I know we have to.
Halitosis, they should say it so that people will understand. Not everybody understands
When
halitosis.
bad breath.
Yeah.
Mouth odor.
A lot of the time, so the mouth odor is really not coming from the mouth, it's coming from the stomach, no? There is food sitting there that is rotten, that is giving out that gas. So go and start from there. You know, change the food. If you are taking all those antacids, go low, because it's going to slow down the food digestion. And then if the food stays long, like I said, carbohydrates will ferment.
Yeah.
Fats will become rancid. Proteins will putrefy. All those things will give out gas. So the person should start from there.
Well,
Yeah.
maybe finally with this one, because it's related to the ulcer you spoke about. It says mine has to do with peptic ulcer. I've battled it for years. Are there any herbal remedy to?
He should start with the cabbage, do it, and then let her call. And then there's something called zinc carnosine. I don't know if he can get it here, but zinc carnosine, it will help to heal the lining. It will help to heal the stomach lining. There's a fruit called marshmallow. It's something white like that. And
It's
then-
not the soft,
yeah,
chewy one.
exactly. Marshmallow, and then licorice. Licorice, all those things help to make what you call the mucin layer in the stomach, so it will help. But the first thing is to kill the bad boy, the Helicobacter. Yeah.
Wow.
So do the cabbage, and let them call you. They'll tell you. Yeah, on an empty stomach. Do it for 2 weeks and let them call.
Okay.
Wow. Amazing. Mr. Hansen, thank you so much.
No problem.
You know, for those who want to reach you beyond the show, you know, they need, so, you know, some of the people, they can't see what is wrong with them on TV. You know, they can't describe
I know.
Yeah. So how can we reach you?
Right now I'm still using my US number, which is 973-393-4765. I have a Ghana number, but I have not activated it yet. So they still the 973-393-4765.
So that's plus 973.
Yeah, they can get me on WhatsApp. I communicate with everybody around the world on WhatsApp.
So plus 973.
Yeah. 973-393-4765.
Please take it again for us.
973-393-4765.
And that's a foreign number.
So that means you have to add 001.
001, yeah.
So you can't call that number.
No,
they can,
WhatsApp.
You can only WhatsApp.
Yeah, if they link me on WhatsApp, we can talk.
All right,
We can text each other.
Right,
I've been doing it since I came. Even the other day before I stepped out of the door, messages started coming.
Wow.
Yeah.
Amazing.
And I do my best to answer everybody.
Please do.
Yeah.
You know, we love our viewers so much, and
Yeah.
the reason why we bring you all the time, so you're able to give, you know, useful and relevant, you know, help for some of them.
So just tell them that there are things to help the body heal, but the first thing that they have to do is to go and look at what is happening. What is happening in the body physiologically that is causing the problem or not helping the body heal. That is why we have to go and talk about all those systems that the body uses. That if there's a problem in one, there's a rebound effect. It affects all the other systems.
Parts of the body.
Yeah.
Wow.
So know more about that than worry about this.
What is affecting you?
So you are taking the right herb, you are eating the right food, but inside the body, the systems are not working right. So what are you doing?
Wow. Thank you so much for your time.
No problem.
Mr. Hansen, thank you so much.
No problem.
I've learned a lot. I'm sure you have too. I'm sure you still have more questions. We will try to bring Mr. Hansen back, but if not, he's put out his number. You can reach him on WhatsApp as well and get in touch. Yeah,